Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 10.39. The chapter which we are dealing with is factory overhead variance. And since you have complete idea, we have solved plenty of questions. The formulas, the format of this chapter is little bit same for this question as well. Why I am using the word little bit, as traditionally we solve this question on 2 pages. We can solve it, but when you will see the volume and requirement of this question, you will come to know that a little bit difference in format of this question would appear today. Just start reading expected capacity 120,000 hours, fixed expenses, variable expenses, normal capacity 150 and actual capacity 116,000. You can see in last 3-4 questions we have seen there are two different types of capacities given in the question: expected capacity and normal capacity. So what we can do is to divide our page into two major parts, in which we would be having every element available in the question according to expected capacity, and here we will see at this side every element related to normal capacity. So what we can do, we can divide this page into two parts. So segregated page. Now on left side we will try to make it. First we will check what first requirement is. Predetermined factory overhead rate act based on expected capacity. So here whatever is given related to expected capacity, we will be noted it down over here, expected capacity. And here the second hours given in the question, normal hours, so we will be dealing normal capacity over here. Okay, and as you can see that in our question, expected actual capacity is 1,20,000 labor hours, so we can put actual hours, actual expected hour, better word, expected hours are 1 lakh. Okay, we can write it in next column, 1,20,000. All right, and then we will see how many hours are considered for normal capacity. Obviously hours would be given over here, so what we can do is to write normal hours. So how many normal hours we do have, it would be in our question, and that is normal capacity of the firm is 150 direct labor hours. So 150,000 will be written over here. Okay, two capacities, expected and normal. Expected hours 120,000, normal hours 150,000. Let's see what else is given. At this capacity, fixed expenses are 60,000. So since it was about expected capacity, so we will write fixed cost over here, which is said like 60,000. So 60,000 is written, and variable expenses 72,000. So you may write 72,000 as your variable cost, and fixed cost has also been completed. Okay, fixed cost is not mentioned for normal capacity. Variable cost is not mentioned in normal capacity, but we do know fixed cost will remain same for expected or normal. Why? If you are working for 120,000 hours or you are working for 150,000 hours, your fixed cost would remain same. So it means we can write our fixed cost similar to expected capacity, which was 60,000. Variable cost, if it is not given for normal capacity, still it is easy for us and we can calculate variable cost, and rather you can, okay, leave it. So we have a desi formula to calculate the variable cost, for which what you will do, you need to have old variable cost, and that would be divided by old hours, and it would be multiplied by new hours, and we can alter it. VC for expected hours would be divided by expected hours, and finally you will be multiplying it with normal hours. Okay, normal hours. Here you can see that we have changed this formula. So variable cost we can calculate from here. Variable cost 72,000 was for what? For 1,20,000 hours. Okay, and we are following this formula. Variable cost for expected, variable cost for expected divided by expected hours. So 120,000 hours divided, and then you can multiply it with normal hours, which are 150,000. So this formula we have used at several places, just with the tiniest change we have made over here. The formula actually is old variable cost divided by old hours and multiplied by new hours. So we have used variable cost for expected hours, and it would be divided by expected hours multiplied by normal hours. There you can calculate. So statement has been completed over here. Calculations would be made like over here. 72,000, it would be divided by 1,20,000 bracket close and multiply it with 150,000. So we have everything completed for expected capacity and normal capacity. Hours, fixed cost, variable cost for expected, hours, fixed cost and variable cost for normal capacity. Let's see what first requirement is saying to us. Predetermined FH rate based on actual capacity, expected actual capacity. So here we will be calculating. First requirement is to calculate total applied FH rate. It has two major things: fixed FH rate plus variable FH rate. For that, 1A we will be calculating as fixed FH rate. How? We will take fixed FH, and that would be divided by expected hours. Then 1B we will be calculating, and that is variable FH rate. How? We will take variable FH, and that would be divided by expected hours. So these two rates will be calculated, and then we will add. So very first thing is to calculate your variable FH rate. Come over here. Everything has been established, organized and kept in a proper way. Variable cost is 72,000, and that would be divided by expected hours. Expected hours are over here, 1,20,000. So you can put over here. Statement completed, put it on your calculator. 72,000 divided by 1,20,000. So we have got first rate, which we have calculated 0.6. Now we are going back to calculate fixed FH rate. Formula is very simple. Fixed FH, and here fixed FH is 60,000. and it would be divided by expected hours. Expected hours are mentioned over here, 1,20,000. Statement completed, we can calculate rate over here, 60,000 divided by 1,20,000. So we have our rate present over here as well. It's time to calculate our total applied FOH rate, which is a sum of two rates, fixed FOH rate and variable FOH rate. Fixed FOH rate was calculated over here and the rate was 0.5. You can put over here 0.5 was fixed FOH rate. So 0.5 is here. Then you need to add variable FOH rate. Variable FOH rate was calculated over here, which was 0.6. So you can add 0.6 where it is written. We need to write over here plus 0.6 bracket close. So statement has completed. We have calculated variable FOH rate, we have calculated fixed FOH rate, and then both rates are added to calculate what? Total applied FOH rate. Finally, we will be adding 0.5 and plus 0.6. So we have got our expected rate, total applied FOH rate depending upon expected capacity. This is what we have calculated, and that is what total applied FOH rate based on expected capacity. First requirement we have completed, or A requirement is completed, and A's answer is 1.1 and our answer is also 1.1. Now let's see what is second requirement, predetermined factory overhead rate based on normal capacity. So again we will be calculating, this can be, again one is not looking good thing. So as it is B requirement, where we are going to calculate total applied FH rate but based on normal capacity. This was total applied FH rate based on expected capacity. How would you calculate? There are two parts. You will be calculating fixed FH rate and then you need to add variable FH rate with which you will be calculating total applied FH rate. So for fixed FH rate, what you will do, B1 would be your heading. You will calculate fixed FH rate, and then B2 where you will be calculating your variable FH rate. Alright, so first thing we will be calculating the last thing, variable FH rate. How do you calculate? For this you will be having variable cost and that would be divided by normal hours. Variable cost is present over here. You can see variable cost 90,000. So put 90,000 over here and it is supposed to be divided by normal hours mentioned over here, 150,000. So we are going to divide it by 150,000. Statement completed. Now we can put it on our calculator. 90,000 divided by 150,000. So we have our variable FOH rate based on normal capacity. Now it's time to calculate fixed FOH rate, the formula which is fixed FOH, and that would be divided by normal hours. You can see what benefit we have taken by arranging our data. Everything is segregated for normal and expected, and now we are very comfortable. We are picking our amounts from the data which we have arranged and directly posting. So what we were calculating, fixed FH rate, yes, and we need fixed FH which is mentioned over here 60,000, that is same for both 60,000, and that would be divided by normal hours, and normal hours mentioned over here 150,000. So here you can write 1,50,000. Statement completed. Now put it on your calculator, 60,000, and that would be divided by 150,000. So we have got our second answer, which is fixed FOH rate, that is completed. Now we are open to calculate total applied FOH rate, which is sum of both fixed and variable FOH rate. Fixed rate is 0.4, 0.4, that would be put over here, and you need to add variable FOH rate, which is 0.6, put over here. Statement has been completed. It's time to calculate sum of these amounts, and that is 0.4 plus 0.6. So we have got our second rate, which is total applied FH rate based on normal capacity is 1. This was your normal capacity B. Answer B is 1, and you can see our answer is also 1. In this way, B part is completed. Now we will be looking forward for our next part to calculate next. Let's see. Amount of factory overhead charge to production if the normal rate have been used. Amount of factory overhead charge to the production. So obviously we need to have actual capacity. The actual capacity attained during the year was 116,000. So amount of factory overhead charged if the normal rate has been used, or amount of factory overhead charged to production if expected actual capacity is used. So that's the same thing we will be calculating FOH when normal rate is given. This is our first entry. Here C part would be solved. And what is that? FOH if normal capacity is used. It is understood, by the way, whatever we are writing over here is according to normal capacity. Okay, so for that what you will do, actual hours, and that would be multiplied by applied FOH rate. So actual hours are given in the question. You can see normal capacity, the actual capacity attained during the year is 116,000. Okay, so 116,000 actual hours, and it would be multiplied by applied FH rate. Here applied FH rate according to normal capacity we have calculated, and that is 1. So here you can put 1. Statement here has been completed. It's time to put it on calculator, 116,000, and it is multiplied by 1. So we have got FH at normal capacity. FH, if normal capacity is used, we have got our total FH, which is 116, and what part it was? C part. So here C part answer is 116,000, and we have calculated the same. Okay, to calculate next part, that means D part, we will go to the left side because everything on left side is according to expected capacity. And D part is asking amount of FH charged to production if expected actual capacity rate has been used. Okay, so here you will calculate your applied or FOH. You are calculating if expected capacity is used. For that, what you will do, actual hours, and it would be multiplied by applied FH rate. Actual hours given in the question 116000. So you will write 116000 and that would be multiplied by applied FH rate. We have calculated applied FH rate over here 1.1 it is. So we can put 1.1. Statement completed, time to put it on calculator 116000 and it would be multiplied by 1.1. So we have got our answer. What we have calculated, FH is if expected capacity is used 127600. So here D part 127600 you have calculated. Actually there was not a good print behind it, so I have written by self. D point is calculated, but have you noticed there is an extra statement written over here? Was any of this charged to idle capacity? Idle capacity is what? The variance which is calculated between budget and applied. So answers are not given, but we'll be solving this part as well. So volume variance, idle capacity, as you know that our third variance was volume or capacity or idle variance. We will calculate according to expected, and we will calculate the same volume variance over here as well. This is in your knowledge. Whenever you want to calculate volume variance, it is a relationship between budget FH and less applied FH. So you will calculate variance. Applied FH we have calculated over here. You can consider it actual hours multiplied by applied FH rate is applied. So beside this, we will be calculating budget FH. How do you calculate? It has two line formula, actual hours, and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate, and then you will add fixed FH to calculate budget FH. Then come actual hours, we have mentioned over here 116000, and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate. The variable FH rate which is calculated over here is 0.6. So we can put over here 0.6. Statement completed, and then we need to add fixed FH. Here first you will calculate first statement 116000 and it would be multiplied with 0.6. First item is completed. We need to add fixed FH, and fixed FH 60,000. So it's time to put fixed FH 60,000. By adding both, we will be able to calculate our budget FH. Put a line beside it. So what you are adding 69,600 and add 60,000. So we have got 129600, which is what our budget FH we have calculated. Now we can calculate budget volume variance. First we need to have budget FH, and you have calculated budget FH over here. Total budget FH was 129600 put over here, and applied FH was calculated at upper side here. FH if expected capacity is used, and this is applied FH because applied FH rate has been used 1,27,600. Both elements budget FH and applied FH has been written and we will calculate now the variance, which is difference between budget and applied FH. So what you will do, your budget FH is 129600 and your applied FH is 127600. So finally volume variance have been calculated. It's time to conclude. As you know that if budget FH is more than applied FH, it is unfavorable. So we can directly conclude unfavorable volume variance. And how we have managed? Because budget is more than applied FH. This is the reason we have concluded that as budget FH is more than applied FH, so it is unfavorable volume variance. So expected capacity side has been completed, volume variance we have calculated. Now go back to the question. You can see in D part, was any of this charge to ideal capacity? Again the same sentence is being used which was used in C part. So in D part, ideal capacity mean volume variance. Again we will be calculating volume variance here as well, which is a relationship between budget FH and applied FH. For this we need to have budget FH, and this would be with the help of calculation two-line formula would be used over here. Actual hours, and it would be multiplied with applied FH rate. Sorry, variable FH rate would be written over here, and then you will add fixed FH to get budget FH. Okay, come over here. Normal actual hours we need, and that is 1,16,000. You can see over here. So 116,000, and that would be multiplied by variable FH rate. Here for normal capacity, variable FH rate was calculated as 0.6. First statement completed. Then we do know fixed FH would remain same for every capacity. So 60,000 is your fixed FH right over here, and now statement would be put on calculator. 116,000 and would be multiplied by 0.6. We have got two elements, and now it's time to calculate. It's time to calculate our total budget FH, which is having two-line formula. By summing up these two amounts, 69600 and 60,000, we have got our budget FH for normal capacity. As you can see, variable FH rate for normal and variable FH rate for expected capacity was same, and 60,000 was being shared as well. Now volume variance would be calculated over here. Second, applied FH was calculated at above. We will write it later on. Right now we are focusing upon budget FH, which was calculated over here. You can see amount 129600 put over here. Then applied FH. According to normal capacity, you can see over here you calculated FH applied because applied rate has been used, and amount was 116,000 put over here. It's time to calculate volume variance according to normal capacity, difference between budget and applied FH. Budget is 129600, applied FH 116,000. So we have got our variance over here. Now it's time to conclude whether it is favorable or unfavorable. For this we will focus upon budget FH. So budget was 129, applied was 116, so budget was more. So again it is unfavorable volume variance. And what was ever? Oh, this was also unfavorable volume variance. Both are unfavorable, just amounts are different. Why we have called it unfavorable? Because budget FH was more than applied FH. So that is why we have called it unfavorable. Okay, so this way our question has been completed. What we have done, just for the review, we have, very first thing, we have divided the whole question into two parts, where on left side expected capacity and right side normal capacity was used, and all requirements were completed. You can see our first answer 1.1, it was calculated over here, and then second answer 1, it was calculated over here. Then we have 116000. What was that? C part. Okay, 116000 was calculated over here, and then 127600 it was calculated over here. So please note down upon your book, we have two variances which were calculated, volume variance 2000, volume variance 13,600. Please note it down over your book that these two additional answers were calculated, but actually data was not, answers are not available in the book. So you can note it down. So time for question number 10.39 has been ended. We have solved. All answers are matched. And as usual, I'm just sharing that this was your live lecture. No editing, no changing was made, and it was absolute direct lecture. Hopefully you people have understood each and every element which was discussed over here, but even then I'm asking or requesting you, if you have any difficulty, any problem regarding this question, you are very open to ask your queries through messages or text. For the time being, we are signing off. 10.39 is completed. Hopefully we will be meeting soon again for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.